Welcome back. Well, unfortunately, it's tax season. That means there's going to be some scams going on out there that can be very, very prevalent. So we're here to make sure that you don't get caught up in any of those. We've got the one and only Jessica Schindeldecker from the Fargo Police Department. Welcome back. I feel like I haven't seen you for a while, so it's good to have you back.
I just got back from vacation yesterday, so have to be back to -degree weather.
You already got that tax refund and put on a big vacation.
Yeah.
So let's talk about avoiding these scams during tax season. What should people be doing?
Well, we hear about this stuff all year long, so it's not something that really stops. But right now, with that tax season, it's really important to remember to make sure that you've got things set in place and that that you're checking and making sure that you're filing your taxes and following up on your credit reports. Make sure somebody else isn't doing that. One of my grandma's friends last year, she went to go file her taxes and they had already been filed for her. And that's going to start that whole nightmare of stuff. But what we're already seeing is people calling and saying that, they're from the IRS or Social Security Administration, saying that there's an issue with your taxes. You owe back taxes, or there's an issue with your Social Security number.
So if I get one of those phone calls, what should I do?
Hang up and don't give them any sort of information. Just hang up. Some people like to get, sassy with them and tell them where to go. But it's important to make sure we're never giving any sort of financial information over the phone, especially like your Social Security number, payment. The IRS and Social Security Administration they're never going to call you and threaten immediate action, such as a warrant for your arrest or that you will be arrested or any further legal action.
So yeah, give us an idea if someone were to call up and say, hey, I'm with the IRS or I'm with Social Security, and then what's their pitch? So
what they're doing is they're trying to instill fear in people and to get them to do something immediately, such as paying over the phone or wiring money to them or paying with some sort of gift cards. So that's a really big clue right there. The U.S. government will never ask for payment through Apple iTunes or things like that. So it's just really important to make sure that if you think that something might be valid in their claims, hang up and call or contact Social Security office or contact the IRS if you think there might be some legitimacy to it. Never give that information over the phone. Like I said, what they're trying to do is instill fear that you're going to be arrested or that you're going to have some sort of legal action coming down the road. But that's just not the case most of the time. And nowadays with technology, sometimes they're spoofing their phone number. So it may not always be unknown. It may be something that looks local. So maybe you think it's your local Social Security number office. So it's just really...
So does it do any good to take that number and then to call you guys and go, hey, this number just called me. Can you follow it or anything? Or
no, there's not really much we can do about that. And most of these scams are coming from somewhere else in the world. But what is important to do is to make sure that you're filing this information online with the FTC, with the IRS, so they have this information because they might be able to figure something else down the road, and there might be a bigger, I guess, action towards them. But there's not much we can do here.
So you mentioned your grandma's friend. How did she then find out that her CPA said, "Oh gosh, your tax already filed"? The IRS contacted her, or what?
Yeah, it was already. She went in there and everything was already filed, and it sounded like she had a nightmare to go through to figure out how to render that and get things fixed. But that's something that we really don't want to look towards. So it's making sure that we're protecting our identity throughout the whole year, every single day, thinking about shredding important documents, never providing our Social Security number to people or full names, date of birth, things like that, where someone can compromise your identity.
Man, anything else you want to share with us that we should know?
No. I think we covered it all.
You're still on vacation. You're like, hey, I'm just here.
Always hang up and never give any information. Don't be confirming Social Security numbers or your date of birth or anything like that on the phone with people. If you have any sort of concern that there might be that legitimacy to it, hang up, call somebody else.
It's funny because I had a guy from an insurance place call me recently. He's like, I don't know, let me check with my agent. It ended up being legit.
Yeah.
But you definitely have that kind of give me pause here. So, take your time, make sure you're getting to the accurate people. Thanks for being here. It's Happy Friday. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We got much more coming up right after this.